So this isn't about particularly Charlie Kirk. This is about the statement. He was somebody's son. She was somebody's daughter. He was a husband. He was just statements like that. Because whenever I hear that, it's not compassion. I think it's the absolute bare minimum acknowledgement of biological fact. She was somebody's daughter or he was somebody's son. Yeah, everyone on the planet is that. That's not some profound moral insight. It is what you say when you have nothing else to offer. That's what you say. You just say that. When your capacity for genuine human connection has been so eroded that stating a literal fact passes for deepness. That's doesn't mean anything. It's a worthless statement. The praise is never deployed equally either. Never. It's a rhetorical tool. It's sharpened for special occasions. It's trotted out for specifically like shooters or like white supremacist people, the police who executed somebody in deep disgust. That policeman lost his job. He's not going to be able to take care of his family. That was somebody's son. It is the last line of defense for the monstrous. It's a plea for complexity and nuance for those who showed their victims none. That is the exact time I hear it every single time. And it's not just about Charlie Kirk. It's not. It's about every time it's used. It's like an attempt to sand down the sharp edges off of evil, to make a catastrophe feel manageable by reminding us that even monsters have mothers. Like, notice how we never need this reminder for the victims, ever. You don't see a black person just absolutely hit with firearm rifles nonsense in the street and feel the need to whisper, he was somebody's son. Yeah, I know that. We know that. His humanity is assumed. His loss is a raw, grotesque tragedy that speaks for itself. That when you bring this statement up, it doesn't do that. His personhood is not up for debate. It is the very thing that was annihilated. The plea for shared humanity is only necessary when the humanity of the perpetrator is in question. Period. That is the only time it's ever brought up. It's like a desperate attempt to re-anchor a demon to the world of men. To say, look, he came from somewhere. He was loved by someone. As if that fact should change the calculus of his actions. Doesn't do anything. As if the love of his mother could somehow counterbalance the hate that somebody unleashed. It's deep emotional blackmail. It doesn't do anything. Asking us to hold two opposing truths, that person can be both loved and a monster, and let the former soften our judgment of the latter. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's always a distraction, like a magician's trick, redirecting our gaze from the systemic to the sentimental, instead of talking about the ideology that radicalized him, the laws that armed him, the culture that nurtured his rage. We were asked to contemplate. Look at his childhood photo. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that child. Look at that. That's a young man. At one point he was young, and now he's old. He has 2 arms and 2 legs, teeth and eyeballs, same as you. Blood going through his veins. He has hair on top of his head and some under his armpits. Do you know that? What? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that doesn't make any sense. We're asked to mourn the boy he was, to absolve the man he became through the lazy alchemy of nostalgia. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. This is how we sanitize horror. This is how we make the unbearable bearable. We reduce a tsunami of pain caused by a conscious human choice to a simple, sad story of a boy who lost his way. By the way, the Tyler Robertson, he's somebody's son too, isn't he? No dip. He sucks too. He's a horrible human being. He shouldn't be taking lives. That's just messed up. That's evil. I think that's evil. I don't know if that's controversial to say that taking life is evil, but I think there are better ways to deal with things. We trade justice for a Hallmark card sentiment. Like it doesn't make any sense. You can't do that. The same sentiment also applies, as I stated earlier, to all of the sibling phrases. She was a good person who made a mistake. He was just having a bad day. Think of his family. These are not sentiments of empathy. They are erasers.
They are tools of delusion. I also have a family. I also somebody's son. Everyone is. The people in Gaza that are suffering right now, they are also somebody's son, somebody's daughter. That's no obviously. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's the vocabulary of excuse making, dressed in the clothing of compassion. That's what it is. Genuine, clear-eyed empathy does not require the softening of evil. True empathy can hold the immense tragedy for the family without using that tragedy to diminish the gravity of the act. I can ache for a mother's loss while still demanding her son be held accountable for the mothers he made weep. Right? Is that not fair? One failing does not cancel out the other. That is the complexity of being a human. This is real. You can't cancel something out by bringing up something. That doesn't make any sense. The constant invocation of someone's son is a symptom of a society that would rather feel than think. I thought we were all, facts over feelings, right? I thought that was how we felt. Facts don't care about feelings. You know what kills me? It's always the facts don't care about feelings, right? Now, this is the part that agitates me. And this is a media point. This isn't a person-to-person point. It's a media point. It's a media point that's been highly contextualized. It's an ideology. Because I want to point this out. I don't hate people. I don't hate Charlie Kirk. I don't hate Ben Shapiro. Hell, I don't even hate Donald Trump. I hate ideas. I hate ideologies. I hate ideas is what I hate. Because person to person, I could probably have a conversation with anybody really easily. But the ideas of that person, what they spew, the rhetoric they spew, that's what I hate. That is what I hate. That is the only thing I reasonably hate. Because a person, let's dissect this for a moment. I'm definitely going to make a video about this later, but I just want to get a base about this right now. Nation, faith, ideology, purity. We live with abstractions. Those are abstractions, how we operate. I love every single person on an individualistic sense. We sacrifice real, breathing human beings on the altars of nation, faith, ideology, and purity. We betray our brother, abandon our friend, vilify a stranger, all to keep some perfect, imaginary concept untarnished. We value the map more than the territory. We worship the blueprint, but burn down the building. That's not conviction, that's cowardice. It's easier to die for an idea than it is to live with nuance. And the most dangerous thing is that these ideas become identities. They fossilize and turn living, changing, thinking people into monuments to their own opinions. That's disgusting. They stop listening. They stop seeing you as a person. They see you as a representative of an idea they've already decided to hate. You are no longer a human. You're a liberal, a conservative, a sinner, an infidel, a heretic, a concept, something to be debated, dismissed, or destroyed. I don't hate the believer. I don't. I hate the belief that tells them they're superior. I don't hate the patriot. I hate the patriotism that demands the hatred of others. I don't hate the idealists. I hate the idealism that's willing to sacrifice people for the sake of some perfect future that never comes. The idea becomes a parasite. It doesn't serve people. It consumes them. That's why I rage against ideas, because they give permission for people to be cruel. They provide a justification for exclusion, for violence, for arrogance. It's not me. They say it's the principle. It's my Christianity. It's my values. It's my faith. It's what I was taught. As if principles have no authors, as if ideals have no consequences. They hide behind these constructs like snipers dealing damage from a distance without ever having to take responsibility for the bloodshed. No pun intended. I refuse to hate people, but I will hate with every fiber of my being the systems of thought that reduce them to categories, the ideologies, all of them, that strip them of compassion, right? That's what I hate. That is what it is. the abstractions that let them sleep at night after a day of dehumanizing others. I hate the isms, the archies, the ocracies. All the tidy little boxes were invented to avoid the terrifying and beautiful work of understanding one another. Don't give me your manifesto. Don't preach your doctrine. Don't hide behind your ideology. Show me your humanity. Show me your doubt. Show me your kindness. That's why I'm so happy when people disagree with me, because they don't hate me. They hate the ideas that I'm preaching sometimes. And that's good, because I have subscribers that don't agree with everything that I say. I don't want you to agree with everything that I say. I don't. I want you to disagree with my ideas, but still love me as a person. Leave your ideas at the door most of the time and come in as you are. And maybe, just maybe, we can build something real. So back to the main point of the video. Back to the main point. Sorry, I went on a tangent. When you say someone's son, right? That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's the language of a bystander. Do not ask me to remember that he was somebody's son. I remember the people that were harmed by the wake of his existence. They were someone's everything. My empathy is reserved for the lives that have been forever altered and shooken and destroyed by the evil spewed by the people that have this sentiment, not the life he wasted spewing that same evil rhetoric. My compassion has a hierarchy, and it does not prioritize the architect of the ruin over its victims. Stop asking us to mourn the bomb. Mourn the crater instead. Thank you.
I'm your Nick at night, be my Laurel, low. Happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. I love the ride when you're free.